It certainly has been a season that our next speaker will not forget. He did spend a couple of weeks on the sidelines, but when he returned with a bang as North made its run towards the finals. The year finished with another strong finals campaign. Now, his focus will be on taking this side that one step further in 2016. Please welcome Senior Coach Brad Scott.
Thanks, Craig, and thank you everyone for coming along and filling out the Peninsula venue once again. Just a fantastic example again of our club being really well supported, and that support starts right at the top. And I'd like to make special mention of our Managing Director, Carl Delina, who leads our football club on a day-to-day basis in an absolutely outstanding fashion. He's an enormous support to the football department and to the rest of the administration. He plays a dual role and he's also a board member, and that board has been nothing but supportive of our football department and our football club, and I think everyone would agree that our club has never been in better shape than we are right now. I'm extremely proud of our playing group and I'm extremely proud of our coaches. As Craig alluded to, an enforced layoff in the middle of the year was unfortunate, it was untimely, but I think our players really got a first-hand look at what a fantastic coach Darren Crocker is, a senior coach in his own right, an enormous support to me, and I think I speak for the players when I say that he ran our club and he led our club and he coached our club in an outstanding fashion, and he should take a lot of credit for what happened in the second half of the year. So thanks very much, Croc. To my two closest confidants in the football club, Jeff Walsh and Cameron Joyce, who not only work tirelessly at the football club but are on the phone till all hours. Probably should thank their wives too for allowing me to take them away from their families at various stages. They are elite at what they do. They are genuinely the best in the business. And again, we're working tirelessly at the moment to improve our football team and our football club. And the additions of the players who came into our club acquitted themselves brilliantly, but that was in no small part to the work that Cameron Joyce, Jeff Walsh and Bryce Lewis and their team did in acquiring the acquisitions we did last year and who played so well for us in 2015. It's always a very, very difficult time of year, regardless whether you're a premiership player, you're a premiership coach, you're a premiership supporter, because this is the time of the year that we have to farewell staff and players. And I'd like to make special mention to Dr. Andy McMahon, who will be departing the football club, and to Shane Watson, one of our assistant coaches who's been with me from the start and an enormous support to me, and we wish you both well in the future. Thanks, mate. Also, our departing players. And it's the worst part of this job to tell players that their football dream is over, at least with the North Melbourne Football Club. And it's also extremely difficult to work with players who have to work out whether it's the end of the road for them and they should retire, or do they play on. And it's with an extremely heavy heart, but I think with a fair degree of satisfaction, that I wish Nathan Grimer, Lee Adams and Scott McMahon all the best for their futures. Mate. I want to reiterate what James said about the females in our football club. They are the unsung heroes a lot of the time, and there'll come a time in the not too distant future where we don't have to say this, because the females it'll just be a given that they are just as important as anyone else in our football department, our football club. But whether it's Janet and Carly Fox, whether it's Mel Forge, who runs my life and keeps it in order when it's off track, and probably the football department for that matter, to Olivia, to Tanya, to all the girls in the football department and the administration, they do a fantastic job. and I think it's really important that we acknowledge them, but hopefully in the not too distant future we don't have to do that because it's just a given. To our players, wives and partners, it is a thankless task. In this modern age, you want to escape scrutiny, but you can't. You want to escape your husband or partner when he comes home after a bad day at training or when he's been dropped or he's played poorly. And I know firsthand that you're the rock and the rocks that keep these players on track. And I know how hard it is. I know how gut-wrenching it is at times. But you should be extremely proud of your husbands and partners. And I'm extremely proud of the support the girls give our players and our coaches. So James mentioned there was some good news, and there is some good news. It's not usually my role to make these announcements, but tonight I get the great pleasure of announcing that Sam Wright has signed a 3-year contract extension to stay with the North Melbourne Football Club. He's come an extremely long way from the spaghetti arm boy from Katamataita as a 17-year-old, and I think his finals performance for the second year in a row just demonstrates what an important player he is, and I'm sure Sam will cop it from his teammates for getting a mention from the coach again. I'm also delighted to announce that, and I was only told this as I walked up to stand by the side of the stage, I wasn't aware of this until just now, but Jack Ziebell has signed a contract extension tying himself to the North Melbourne Football Club for the next 6 years. So I think everyone would agree that the club has been fantastically led by our players on field this year. It's very, very easy to lead when things are going beautifully. And to Andrew Swallow, Jack Ziebell and Drew Petrie, the official leaders of our football club, you guys have done an outstanding job this year. We were under pressure, no doubt, throughout the year, and they were absolutely rock solid throughout that. About 6 weeks from the finals, they came to me and they said, you know what, it's going to be really difficult for us to make the top 4 from this point. And we know that even if we win every game, we may not finish in the top 4. And not a team since the current Final 8 system has been in place has ever gone all the way from outside the top 4. In fact, no North Melbourne team has ever won a final interstate. No team has ever come from 8th to make a preliminary final. And you know, the leadership group came to me and they said, so why can't it be us? And that message of why not us carried us through a final series, and I think is a measure again of what a group of people can achieve when they set their minds to something and they are relentlessly driven towards it. Outstanding effort, unbelievable leadership by our football club. I've taken too much time already, but I want to take just another minute to thank the most important people in our football club. And I have unbelievable support from the match committee coterie group. They're not only great supporters financially and emotionally, but I'm pleased to say they're personal friends of mine. The Shinboner coterie group, really important group for our football club and support us no end. But to me, it's the rank and file supporter who don't ask for anything in return, but turn up each week to our games to watch us play, support us through thick and thin, whether we're winning, whether we're losing. When there's 90,000 people at the MCG and we can win that first final, and to see just the genuine joy on our supporters' face, it's the best thing we can do for you, and we appreciate it no end, and we'll continue to do our best to make you proud. Thank you.